So the Warbench, up until now added with Lost Colony, has seemed to be a bit of a novelty feature, right? It certainly got some utilities to it, that any unwanted items you can combine or re-roll for the opportunity to get better. And worth noting, using the combine option, it's going to select one of these items and then add 25% of the quality of the other two items, which means you need at least a variable between the different qualities of the same item that you put in. It can't all be the same quality. So for this to combine, unfortunately, it seems it selected one of the lower quality items, then added the 25% of the other two items, giving us that 127.8%. And if you don't know the reroll, there's a chance of things going wrong or right with this reroll to be a better item, but a 25% chance of it actually failing and being even worse. Noting you do need red element shards, which you'll need a blood forge for, and then crafting the necessary shards with any red element that you've obtained through either crafting through normal elements or from doing missions. And now we've got that in our inventory, we can click re-roll and cross our fingers. We lucked out, unfortunately. Didn't do very well there at all. And that's the game of re-rolling. It's certainly a dicey play indeed. However, we recently discovered something. Finding an item that I know is the holy grail in ARK Lost Colony right now, the fabled Ossidon BP. We actually got one, and yeah, it's pretty low grade compared to some higher percentages, but it turns out the Warbench can make this pretty valuable, but you know, there's some RNG to it. So first things first, we're going to make some saddles with that BP. With a crafted character of level 143 and 1520 crafting skill. Not that it helps at all Focus Chili anymore, but you know, I know a few of you still like to use it anyway. And we're going to craft as many as we can. We can craft up to 40. And we're going to do just that. With our variable crafting skill, we can see almost hitting that 50. There we go. There's a 52, a 56. Some not too bad saddles there at all. However, these weaker ones, such as the 45, the 48, anything under 50, I think, we're going to take out. And with these, we're going to put them into the combine slot. And if you're wondering, because I know a lot of people were asking this, you can't combine it with anything else. It has to be the same item. You won't be able to combine otherwise. And with these, we're going to click combine. To prove a point that if the qualities are too close together, you're probably going to get something that's quite low. So what we're going to do now with this one, because it's a lower quality, is we're going to attempt to re-roll it. We may not get something better. We may do. But why not? And we did. Happy days. There it is. Marginally so. And now what we're going to do is get a much higher one. This 49. And this close to 47. Slap these in. And hope that it picks the right one to pump that armor up just a little bit more. 40, 49. Not bad. 46. But what's massive about this is we're now going to go to single player to show you the next step, because we haven't got one on this map, and nor will you for a hot minute if you're unofficial. Because before we show the evolution of this Ossidon saddle, well, you could put these in. Drakeling chests and treasure maps. Where if you put in perhaps not max quality chests, you have a chance of getting a much better Dragon Horde chest. Not only that, if you put in 3 Ascendant Dragon Horde chests, combine those, you'll notice a new item rating of 15. Now, if we take that out, we do it again with 3 more Ascendant. That 15 once again. But then we add in a variety of 3 different ones. To get a changed item rating. And then do that one more time. To get also a different item rating. You put that in with that one, with our 15, combine these different item rating Drakeling chests, and combine those. We get a curious new Dragon Horde key of an item rating of 18. We need a variable of different Dragon Horde item ratings to make a big difference. So, with this new 18, we're going to go to where the Dragon Horde chest requires us to go. And we'll find our loot vastly improved. Or will we? I don't know. It's not increasing the slots, which I've been informed offers more loot in doing this, but I've really not seen much of a change here. However, at the very least, you can use lower tier Dragon Horde chests to make Ascendant chests at less the XP, if it's worth it. But what's definitely worth it are treasure maps, because you can get these at any variable rates. You can get normally plenty of primitive or ramshackle or apprentice, and well, start popping those in. And you'll have some RNG with it initially. Looking at those item ratings in particular. You can eventually upgrade your treasure maps. Continuing to do so. We'll eventually see those primitive maps upgraded to Ascendant. That's right, and if you're wondering, I certainly am, if we attempt to upgrade 3 of them, we start to get some absurd item ratings. Look at this one with 29.24. And just to give you an idea of what to expect from an item rating with a treasure map like this, filth, max stuff. Very good. But back to that Ossidon saddle. And the reason being, we can play around with this a bit more in single player without losing too many saddles, but just show you a good example of how it all works. So to reiterate once again, if you put in the same crafted saddle, you are guaranteed the same armor quality regardless. However, if you then put that back in with your crafted saddles once again, you will always get an improvement. However, if you get really lucky and it selects the right thing, the right saddle, you can see a dramatic improvement, which you're going to keep doing until we get it. There it is, perfect. Pushing us now to a 51 armor saddle, which we've done before with this one and with that one. Now what we're going to do, put all those 3 in, combine those, and we've now got ourselves a 71 armor saddle. We've gone all the way from that original 44 to 70, which ain't bad. So if we repeat that process again, getting our original base, throwing that in, let's get another roll and hope that we get one picked for it to go through the roof, which it didn't that time. There it is, perfect. And then we'll do it again with our base crafted once again. Roll it again. Lovely. Sweet. There's that 68.3. And then we're going to throw this in, this in, this in, combining those Ossidon saddles that we all put together through that 3-step process, and cross our fingers. Oh, there it is. Giving us now a 99 Armor saddle. We've gone all the way from 44 to 99, something you would never achieve with crafting skill. However, at the cost of quite a few saddles, as you just saw. Though, luckily, these saddles are pretty cheap to make, so is it worth it to get a much better saddle? Possibly. There is some RNG to this. You could be going through a lot of saddles to try and achieve that max armor rating. And of course, you've got this thing here, which you could just simply put that BP in and hope for the best. But I don't know about you. I'm not gambling my singular Ossidon BP in there to lose it, possibly. So there you go. Oh, and if you're wondering, because I know you are, Helicoprions do not work with these as much as I thought they might do. They're still crafted by you regardless, so don't get your hopes up there. But still, much harder to hit foes in the world of Lost Colony and beyond. I hope this has helped someone. If it has, please do comment below and let me know. Until the next one, my name's Raasclark. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And as always, peace out.